Welcome.
Alright, who are you? What do you do?
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
I am one of the co-creators of this show.
We got 3 now.
Alright.
Ready, we're starting.
Okay, we're starting.
Okay, this is the creator of the show. Your name?
This is the real creator.
You're the creator of the show.
Main man.
Co-creator, yes.
Co-creators. And your names are?
Zeb Wells.
Matt Senreich.
And our director,
Nick Simotis.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Yes. Anybody else have questions for these guys?
Who's gonna break the ice?
I just spoke the
Predator.
Predapool.
That's great. Oh wait, I gotta take a picture of that too.
Yeah, turn the camera around.
I'm
We're gonna
sending
be
that to
asking,
Liefeld if you haven't already done that.
So you guys interview us.
Yeah.
And this is for you guys too. One for you, and hold on.
That's pretty amazing.
It's our rock and roll comic.
I love this.
Okay.
The
great thing is
double-sided covers too.
whatever kind of
Flip
ice
it over, cover
under
it.
it, and nobody knows.
Did you show Rob Liefeld yet?
Actually,
creator of
he's
Deadpool?
he's kind of our neighbor. He's kind of our neighbor. We're from Bray. He lives in Yorba Linda.
I think
So
we've
like,
run into him at a Comic-Con.
we did run over at Comic-Con
Yes, we did.
at the fucking Hilton.
And then Seth Green loves this. He actually took photos of me at a couple of Comic-Cons. That was awesome.
I and Zero took a picture of me.
Yeah, you saw Predator, and I think he's seen one of my Predator. No, I never saw Predator.
Yeah, he did. Rob Liefeld did.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about Seth Green.
Sorry, we just
Oh no.
off the rails.
All right. Okay, let's talk about your show, not you.
Season 3, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, season 3.
Season 3.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah, what are you allowed to tell us at this point?
Well, it starts with the villains being declared heroes for helping the League of Freedom save the world last season. So all the villains get to move into the mansion with the heroes. So it starts with everyone trying to sort that out. Boundaries are an issue.
They stop being polite and start getting real.
That's right.
What I thought was really creative about your show too is that you're not just like making fun of just Avengers or Justice League. You mashed them together. You even use obscure ones like a parody of Tigra, for fuck's sakes.
No one is safe.
No. I'm just saying that's very like ahead of time because no one even knows who the fuck Tigra is.
You have to realize Zeb started by writing comic books. I started in comic books. We're hardcore geeks.
Well, obviously you're here. You know what I mean? But what I thought was very creative, what you did though about that, is because no one ever remembers the '90s Avengers cartoon that no one cared about because it was all the B team.
Yeah.
When you think Avengers, you think of Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man, right? And that cartoon, it was led by Ant-Man.
I love that you're pointing to cartoons. I was reading Avengers when it was Dr. Druid. So it's like yeah, exactly.
But I'm saying my point I was trying to make here is that the fact that you use a reference like that. I mean, come on, we've never even seen an on-screen version of fucking Tigra except you guys, and maybe that shitty fucking one from the '90s. Yeah. So good job. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. Finally,
That's all.
Exactly what Zeb was going for.
Some recognition.
So with season 3, was there any direction you really wanted to go, or things you really want to try out? I mean, season 1 we could do this, season 2 we could do this. We got 3 now. Let's shoot for the stars. I mean, what kind of? What are you guys shooting for?
We're touching a lot on interpersonal relationships, I think, which is something kind of different, and just seeing that. So like Rex and Diviso, for example, if you know the history and the lore of them, they used to be on the League together, and they used to be friends back then. Eventually it turned into a serious rivalry where they hate each other, but we kind of touch on the fact that history was there, that they do come from a place of actually enjoying each other's company, and so there's a bit of conflict running between the two of them because of that history, but the current status quo as well.
Right.
With Groner and the Saturn, Groner and the Saturn, Saturn and the Groner. As if you saw the Halloween episode, they made out in the closet together. So I'll just leave it there.
So there's a lot to deal with there.
So it does seem like about the interpersonal kind of connection too, and also with the line of hero being blurred, like Suicide Squad in the film and the animated films do really well. So the heroes could be good guys could be bad guys. So it seems like that kind of dynamic is playing in season 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I think what Nick's brought to the table is we also want to just push the stop motion art form as far as stop motion action goes, because we're never gonna make something like Kubo or something that complex. But what we can do is have our puppets beat the shit out of each other in really cool interesting ways. So Nick and our other director Alex Kamer have both been trying to push the action, and the first episode of season 3 opens with a great single shot action scene that Nick put together with the animator Johnny, and it's worth checking out for sure.
Yeah.
So it's like pushing it story-wise and also pushing it animation-wise. All of our departments have 2 seasons under their belts, so the puppets look awesome. Everything's just, the sets are incredible.
Art direction-wise, this season is killing.
Yeah,
it looks
everything just looks better.
Yeah.
During the production meeting, I've been curious about it. Do you guys get there and go, we want to do this, and the animators are like, come on.
Like, with going with that, what's something that you guys cut out that you guys wanted to keep in, but you just had to? You just had to take it out.
It's usually jokes and one-liners that just for time we have to cut stuff, and it's usually just we'll go through and be like, okay, well this is the least funny joke. Let's take this one is removable sort of thing. It's usually like that. I don't think there have been any super major cuts. I guess we could talk about Brad for a moment while we're here.
Yeah.
Are you sad?
Well, I'm kind of like out of the loop right now.
Okay, even better.
So you killed off Brad?
What's that? He died. He's dead.
Spoiler! I tried to watch the last episode, but like my chick was asleep and the fucking fan was on loud, so it's like one of those like I saw but I didn't hear. It's one of those fucking things.
Trying to pay attention, but he couldn't.
I couldn't, and my chick snores loud, so do the math on that one. So like basically, I see this, I hear.
On the show,
I see this, but I hear. Sorry. So go ahead.
It's just the constant conversation of bringing a character back from the dead or not.
Yeah,
That's the ultimate.
And the fact that we actually shot, as you mentioned earlier, we actually shot a shot of Brad's hand coming out of the ground. We were toying with the idea of bringing him back, and then we just never used that shot last season.
So that's not canon.
It's not canon.
It's not back.
All right, we delete that tweet. Well, there's the comic books. I mean, everybody comes back. As soon as Bucky Barnes and Gwen Stacy came back.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything can happen.
I thought he had a good death, though. Like for that character. So it'd be hard for me to bring him back if I didn't have a great.
It takes away from that.
Yeah, it needs a great story to bring him back, or I feel like I'm just taking away from what was a pretty good death. Yeah.
I'm surprised you never made a reference. Since his name is Brad, I'm surprised he hasn't never. And he's a drug addict character too. I'm surprised you never made a reference to like Sublime.
Oh right.
Interesting.
Just a thought. Just a thought. Here's a little idea.
He's not pitching scripts or nothing.
No, I know. It's called alcohol. It makes me think better.
This has to be your uniform.
Switch out?
Whatever.
Okay, all right.
Yes! It's Superman! It's Boba Fett Superman, yeah!
Thank you.
For you guys.
Very, very nice.
Don't forget your magazine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, keep
Hi,
going.
guys.
For you, and hold on. And for you.
Thank
It's our
you.
magazine.
They don't come in this size, brother. They don't come in this size.
My magazine.
Okay. For you. I didn't bring anything for you.
Hey!
You brought you, bro.
You're Boba Fett! You're Boba Fett! You're Superman!
He's making people read it before the interview.
No, you don't have to. No, keep it. It's for you guys.
Is that
No, it's actually the manager of the Rainbow's band.
you? Okay.
Yeah, we hang out at the Rainbow.
The Rainbow Room?
Rainbow Bar and Grill, but yeah.
Sure, I know. Well,
Of course you do. You're in Hollywood.
I spend many a night there.
I never seen you there.
Sure. Me and Mr. Tom Morello hang out there.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we have Breckenmeyer
Yvette Nicole Brown.
and
How do you guys do?
the stars of the show. Well, I know who you are. I know who you are because I know who you are just because, like, well, one, you're the voice of Boba Fett, and you're also the voice of Superman.
That's also true.
And also, my friend Justin told me. My friend Justin says that I look like you if I had hair. So I'm all like,
Okay.
I'm all like,
Justin thinks he's a pretty good looking guy.
yeah.
You can't be seen without the war paint now and again.
Well, that and also I'm a fan of road trips. So
Dig it. Okay.
yeah, so that's how I know who you are.
We're gonna leave. You ready?
No. Oh yeah, these guys have questions. I'm ranting, so go ahead.
you're the new one to the cast, right?
To Supermansion?
Yeah.
No.
She's been there from Jump Street.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
now jumping in.
Dude,
Okay.
she's married to the creator.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about your
But she's new to
experiences.
SNL. Which
She's
is
on
she's
SNL.
been on SNL. This is your
Well,
first year.
I was hoping to talk about that too.
By the way.
But let's talk about Superman. So tell us about your
By the way,
experience.
you're
on
the
on
most
show.
successful person on Supermansion. Now that you're by far.
90%.
Yeah, but you're Superman though.
Chris Pine.
Doesn't care. No, K-Bell, nope. To Chris Pine, I don't care. SNL.
I agree.
That's
I
the
agree.
end. That's a wrap.
Well, do you guys want to talk about SNL because you're the
Please.
first person from SNL that I've ever even been in the same room with.
Really?
Really?
What was
Dan
that?
Aykroyd's right? No, I'm just kidding.
I'll be back.
Could you tell us what's that like? Because
Well, here's the big buzzkill. I can't talk about it. Yes.
how about was it cool?
Oh, cool.
All right, fair enough.
So what voices you guys do on the show again?
I'm Cooch. I do Portia and Zenith.
And you?
Courtney.
Awesome.
Well, other people, but I don't know.
So you're the voice of Cooch? Uh-huh. My wife's a super fan of that character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, the Cooch! Like her favorite character is the Cooch, and of course Black Saturn because he's Batman without balls, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're the voice of.
Portia and Zenith.
And which characters are those?
The black ones.
We're the black
We don't see color.
Black ladies. Two black ladies.
Okay. And what?
They're the black.
And I just
That
mean
was
it.
Brecken, actually, so I'm glad we...
I was recast.
Right.
And you're the voice of who
I only
again?
play Courtney.
Which one's Courtney again?
He dates the black ones.
The one, yeah, that was my voice.
So season 3,
Yes, sir.
congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
What's different? I mean, obviously the show, season 1, it's switched a lot between 1 and 2. 3's coming out. We've got a little bit of information on it, not too much. What can you tell us? What are you excited about? What did you read in the script that you're like, all right, this is going to be awesome? Yeah. And what can you say?
She's
Unfortunately, you can't say.
Cooch!
she can
I
say.
can't say a ton.
The Cooch!
Since you're new to the series.
Right.
Unless you're brand new to it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I think that this season, not only is it still really funny, but it's also got all the superhero elements that you would want, like great action, great drama. Sometimes ends of episodes are vague, leave the viewer wondering what's going to happen, So yeah, I think that Zeb has had the freedom this season to tie all those elements in, still have it be really funny, but be like an all-around cool show.
Well, we heard some villains are moving into the house.
Yeah.
So, any kind of fights? What's happened so far? I mean, again, any kind of insight into what you can expect? Some throwdown, some superhero smackdown?
A lot of the animal villains move into the house. So, like, right off the bat, they think, oh, it's on with Cooch. Like, either they're going to be friends, or I think that something more is going to happen. Yeah. And she's kind of like, no. So, there's a lot of butting heads there. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, again, I was kind of asking the other guys there, when you go into season 3, I think this is the time where you try a few new things. You kind of want to make sure you're hitting a certain stride, certain notes in the first few seasons. Season 3, I mean, anything that you've seen that's kind of like, oh my God, we're going to do this? We're going to try this?
There's just kind of I think from the beginning, you can speak, because I wasn't there at the very beginning, the wheels are kind of off in a way that I don't think that they've been off before, and that's saying a lot because Supermansion is very irreverent, but now it's really irreverent, so it's a freedom from the creator's standpoint and also from us as actors, where we go, when I go in the booth now, it's like, whatever, let's have fun. It was always fun, but it's like more, it's like, just be as weird and silly as you want to be, and it's really great. Yeah.
So you have that kind of freedom to just say, let's try it this way, try it that way.
Yeah. Because we record mostly without other actors there. It's just the creator Zeb might be there, or one of the directors there. And so, like Brecken said earlier, the goal is to make them laugh. Because if you make them laugh in the booth, then you know that the people at home will laugh, and the animators, as they create what your movements are, it'll be something funny and interesting. So
Has there been, did they ever ask you to try something that was just could not hit that note? you know, like you just tried to do something?
You know,
it was just,
I've never been an actor that has a problem with a line reading. You guys know what a line reading is. It's where someone, when you say the line, they're like, no, say it like this. There's some actors, the trained ones, I'm not trained, I'm hack, but the trained ones are like, you know, don't tell me I'm a thespian, I'll do it my way. I have no problem with line reading. Like, if I do it a few times and it's not right, and I go, well, listen, I will mimic you. What do you want? I'm trying to get home today.
I'm supposed to read your mind?
I would give it to you. So there's been moments like that where I couldn't quite get it, and I've asked them to kind of help me, but otherwise they let you do what you want to do.
Yeah. You can tell. Finding the new voices, you know, if you're doing some utility characters as well as your character, finding different voices again. I'm a hack as well, so I got three voices.
Me too,
I got three voices in my quiver.
Me too.
And if it's not one of those three, I'm screwed.
But you're Superman and Boba Fett. Come on.
Yeah, and you don't want to just rehash and stuff, but like at one point on the show, I don't know, we were allowed to say, but spoiler alert.
we won't air it.
I play a very famous German dictator / madman.
Yeah, no
history.
Nah,
And it took a while for me to figure out what the hell this guy sounds like. Really, and also, you know, certain people, if you're doing an impression of someone, you know what they sound like from certain things, but you don't know how they sound when they're crying and being emotional.
Right.
So you
or if you're just like ordering coffee.
Right, exactly. So the normal pedestrian moments are tough because you've only heard them shout angry, anti-Semitic things. So to find them, how do they order?
Yeah, but German's always an angry language anyway. But German's always an angry language anyway.
So they even order
Are you
angry.
practicing at Starbucks in the drive-thru?
Well, you can't make Hitler sound like Arnold. That just doesn't sound right.
But again, I always it is Zeb's voice. Zeb's, Heidi, you can plug your ears for a second and be nice to your guy. Zeb is one of the funniest writers we've ever had. It's 13 years on Robot, or 9 years now we've been Robot. Zeb's by far the funniest person on the planet, and so the fact that he gets to take his leash off and do his own show and his own stamp on it, every time I read the scripts, I'm like, you don't have to ad-lib this. You don't have to ad-lib this. Zeb is just so damn good. So,
Guys, I'm so sorry I have to end this. They have to get ready to have their...
Yeah, go do things.
He has questions.
Yes. So who are you and what do you do?
Mullen Rogers, I'm the creator of Final Space, and I voiced Gary, Mooncake, and Tribor in the show.
Awesome. Go ahead, Jason.
You missed one.
You what?
You missed one. Cody timed you out.
Oh, which one?
He says you did the voice of Mooncake.
Oh yeah, I did Mooncake. Yeah,
He just said Mooncake.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I missed that.
You were writing down at the same time. You can't do that.
Oh shit, I got.
You're such a professional, Jason.
How do you get this off the ground?
Oh man, it was. I did a proof of concept on YouTube through Newform.
But you did that.
How long ago?
Well, Newform gave me like a little bit of money to go out and make it essentially, and then I got a Australian animation studio. There's 2 guys, and they animated it. Never did anything like that, and I put it on YouTube, and it just blew up from there.
So did you start with story?
Yeah, I mean, I always had the idea in my head. I had a kind of like a rough idea way back in like 2010, 2011 called Gary Space. It was terrible. It's such a awful thing, but I had the idea from that. So I already had the idea, knew what I wanted to do, pitched it to them, and they were like, "Yeah, let's do it. You know, here's some money. Go get it animated."
And how does Conan get connected?
He came on like Konako emailed me along with Lionsgate and Adult Swim after it had aired on YouTube, like the day after, and I basically was like huge fan of Conan since college. I was like, I need to contact these guys and talk to them and see if they would want to be part of it. Yeah, I was like, heck yeah, come on board. You know, yeah.
How much of a role did they play?
Well, they are the kind of like one of the producing partners on the actual show with Newform.
So Sugar Dad?
A little bit, you know, maybe like Sugar Godparent, you know, more like.
Did you have any influence on it, or
do what?
Did you have any influence on the show, or?
Yeah, I mean, they gave notes on all the scripts and stuff like that, and they've definitely been, you know, pretty involved. I think, you know, Conan, you know, obviously does a voice on the show. He's watched it, and he you know, obviously is a busy guy, so he's less involved as probably his executives at Konako. But yeah, they definitely gave a ton of insight.
Did you know that he always
crazy sense of humor. So
Yeah.
whenever he goes, hey,
Yeah.
do this way. It's
Yeah. Well, it was nothing like that, but I think with just him voicing, you definitely get a sense that it's cool. That was his wheelhouse.
So what is your inspiration for Gary?
Gary, man, probably maybe just a tad bit more annoying, like Kirk. But at the same time,
But there's a little Fry in there for me, like
a little bit.
I know it wasn't planned,
Yeah.
but there's a little Fryness in there, like.
And I think once you get to the later episodes, you'll see that go away. Because basically, there's an arc there. He starts off an insane, 5 years in space, and the more he kind of comes in contact with people, by the 10, you're going to be like, oh, that's a different guy, man. Holy crap. But you have to see it.
So when are we going to get to because every episode starts with the little float.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to that in the first season, or is that?
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
So it's like 24, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like basically it wasn't, the funny thing is we didn't even think about Breaking Bad. It was literally just because of the proof of concept where we started at the end there, and we're like, well, we want to bring a little bit of that flavor to this. Here's a device that we're going to do. And then I guess the only other show to really do is Breaking Bad. So, yeah, I mean, it was one of those things. But, yeah, you definitely will see it in season 1.
The dialogue is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
You use phrases that I've not heard. By the way, very quotable show.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Very quotable. Like the insanity avoidance companion.
Yeah.
For Kevin.
Yeah.
I hate you already. That 1-2
Yeah.
had. Sorry. I work for a company that makes pop culture board games.
Oh, nice.
So I showed it to our team.
Yeah.
About a dozen people, and between the snapping of the cat's face.
Oh, yeah.
And the insanity avoidance companion. I hate you.
Yeah.
Destroyed the room.
Yeah,
just
that's great.
slayed the room. It was so good. But things like "Oh my crap" and "Hurtcoin." Is that like how you and your friends talk? Where does that come from?
I mean, that's just kind of like a little bit on my YouTube channel. You'll see that I
haven't
just
seen that.
Yeah,
I've just seen the show.
I do a lot of stories on there, and I try to find a clever way of describing things that it's very colorful.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It was very noticeable, so I wasn't sure if that was dialogue you use in your everyday life that you transported into the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that I use on a daily basis.
Because friends have their own kind of dialogue like that. And that's astounding.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
So where are you from, brother? Because Avocado is from Deep South. Are you from Deep South?
Nashville. Yeah, Tennessee.
Both from Deep South.
Yeah. Wow. It's not too deep. It's like.
I'm from here.
Yeah.
It's way deeper here.
Yeah. Compared to here, yeah, it's Deep South, yeah.
And that's for you, my friend.
Oh, dude, heck yeah.
That's my mag.
Dude, awesome.
Rock and roll comic, but cover on one side.
You gotta flip it if it's upside down.
Oh, nice.
It's double-sided. It's basically the unofficial, or basically official publication on the Sunset Strip.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, represent.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Last one's printing, brother. Last one's printing.
Yeah. Well, they work for a print publication too. But go ahead about
you're
yourself.
down south.
Like I said, I work for a company, so we watched the show and it's like, oh my god, there's so much to this. The cookies.
Yeah.
What's with the cookies?
Oh,
it was
man.
amazing.
Yeah, that was also just a little throwback to the proof of concept. We definitely wanted to weave that in, but also
with trying to get into his mouth, like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And absorb my powers.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So was the YouTube the same animation?
No, it was essentially just a proof of concept. It's going to be interconnected later on, but right now it was.
Well, I'm saying as far as the format, like, what did it look like? I have not seen it.
It's a little different. Yeah. It's like just a proof of concept. Yeah.
We had some guys to do it for us, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
story's there.
I was asking at one point, because I didn't know that you had done the voice of Moodkick.
Yeah.
And I had watched the episode with subtitles, and it actually had the dialogue.
Yeah.
And which brought the question of, is that accurate?
What does it say on the subtitles?
CHOLIC. Yeah, CHOLIC.
No, that's wrong.
CHOC.
That's definitely wrong. It's Choogity Pock.
Yeah. CHOCOLI.
Chippity quack.
And then it would be a dash, and it would be a PH.
Yeah, it's more chukity.
Yeah.
Did anybody tell you you look like the guy from Stranger Things, the cop?
Oh no. Hell yeah.
You do. I'm surprised you have not like honestly, cosplay idea.
There we go.
Just that idea. I just thought of it just now. Sorry. I had to hit a wax. We just left the Star Trek fucking thing, and they're assholes.
Oh.
All the people.
Really?
Sorry, jerks. But yeah. 1 minute. Yeah. And we're done basically. Anybody?
This show sits rather nicely next to Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And so props to that because it sits right next to that shelf, even though it's just coming out and we still have more episodes to watch.
Yeah.
When do you find out about a renewal? Like, how does that process work?
I don't really know. I mean, that's up to them, you know. And I mean, I think that.
Do you pay attention to your ratings?
Not really, no. You know, and honestly, like I did hear that, you know, it is holding Rick and Morty's audience on Adult Swim. So all the 5 episodes it's been holding its audience.
And also Rick and Morty is on hold right now, so you have a chance to.
I don't know. I mean, Rick and Morty.
Well, you don't want to ride on their coattails. It's
I'm saying you can steal. I know. Yeah, your own thing. I'm saying it's not riding coattails. It's stealing an audience because it's gone. Not gone, but
I don't know why it's not.
And Galactic does not mean that is Rick and Morty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not Rick and Morty. You're your own thing. Exactly.
Yes.
Like you're allowed to have time travel, unlike that show that's not. Okay, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Coach Galloway, and I'm the voice of Avocado in the series Final Space.
Avocado! What's up, man? Best character ever.
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, he's a badass cat with a cool name.
He's not a cat, he's a Ventrexian.
Well, he's a cat alien.
He's very sensitive about that.
How's it going?
Hi, Jason. Nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of the show. Out the gate. Out the gate. So
appreciate you watching it. Thank you.
It's been a blast. I turned out to my coworkers. I do publish publication, but I also work at a company that makes pop culture board games. Ooh. So I grabbed everybody into a room to watch the first 3 episodes that were allowed, and we all lost our mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Everyone started walking out talking like mooncake. and the one line, I came in with a specific question I wanted to know. There's a scene in the first episode where he snaps the Ventrexian's face, and there's a
yeah.
Whose idea was that? Because that brought down the house.
Really?
Yeah, was that your voice for that?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they had me in the booth 2 times. Doing all those kind of sounds, but overall, it's Owen's idea, and then I think it was notes with TBS and Brett and all these guys, and they
to get to that drill down to that detail.
So when to use it, or if it was because it was something we tried in the booth, right? And and then I guess they placed it, made it work. It was they had all these ideas. So
that was that one moment. It was a room for about a dozen people at this gaming company, and that one bit just brought down the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just wanted to acknowledge that was just so funny.
It was something we tried in the booth, and I'm glad it worked. That's awesome.
I have a question.
Love the costume, by the way.
This is my regular clothes.
Who's the costume?
All right, hey.
My question actually is, when are you going to update your Wikipedia page because you don't have one?
You know, I was wondering if somebody was going to say that. I'm actually in the process of
You're welcome.
Thank you for asking. Because if you go to it, Olin and I is the only ones that don't have it.
I'm like, what's going on here?
We're wondering about that.
You brought this up.
Because we got to do a research before we come out here.
Well, for a minute, I thought you were Clancy Brown. I watched the first episode. I honestly thought you were Clancy. Yeah, I honestly thought you were Clancy Brown, and then I'm all like, it's not Clancy Brown because me and my chick have been on a total kick on Clancy Brown because she's like we're 15 years apart, right? So she's 25, I'm 40. So long story short, too late. She like knows SpongeBob and I know Highlander. So you get what I'm saying by that.
Okay. She'd never seen Highlander.
Yeah. So long story short, too late. When I saw the first episode, I honestly thought you were Clancy Brown.
Wow. Okay.
And then when I Wikipedia, I saw it's you and you don't have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, right. So I'm getting everything lined up to once I start linking it all up to the Wikipedia.
Please do, because you're on an actual real show now. Right. So no offense, I'm just saying.
You got it.
Yeah,
for you,
do
baby.
it
For you.
Yeah, Brad, go ahead.
How did you get attached to this? How do you get attached to this project?
Well, fortunately, ever since I've known Olin for a while now, we worked together. We've done tours. We've just been our
Tours.
tours. Eat a Slice Between tour, pizza tours, movie night tours, things to promote his videos and himself, and to meet the fans and supporters of his YouTube channel and of him as a being. But anyway, so he had created Gary Space, and he wanted to revamp it. And then we were talking about this character, cat bounty hunter guy, and I said, oh, how about we call him Avocado? You know, with a T.
So that was your idea.
Yeah, with a T, not a D. Let's get it right, baby, you know? But because there was a confusion with my name in the beginning, because my name is Cody, but sometimes people say Cody, those things. But anyway, but I owe a lot of credit to Olin for fighting for me to even have a chance to even be in the arena. And I mean, ever since the beginning, it just fought to get an audition. And fortunately, TBS said, okay, we'll give this guy a chance. And I auditioned. Olin read with me during that audition, which is huge, right? And I guess they like the chemistry we have, because we are friends in real life. And we clicked, it was fun, and I guess they wanted to keep it. And so, yeah.
So you're in the booth together when you're recording the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even better.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Versus being isolated by
yourself.
Well, there were some
like
times
nothing
when
to work off of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there were some times when we were, but for the most part, he would be on the other side. But when we were together, like the screaming and the yelling, or when we're it's
that sounds like you guys had a blast.
Yeah, we would get to improv a little bit from keeping, of course, on track with what's in the script, but we get to improv and bounce off that is, and some of the things stuck, like the cat thing. You know?
You guys are having so much fun though, but your character has a dark arc.
Well, he will be reunited. It's gonna happen.
I know, but still, that bit with when they're pounding on the glass.
Well, come on. Remember Friends? Remember Phoebe? How sad is her story, and how funny is she?
Right.
You're basically the Phoebe of the show.
I wish I could understood that reference.
Thank you.
No, Phoebe is awesome, right?
I can't believe I actually knew that.
I know.
No. And I think that's what makes Avocado who he is he has this checkered past, and he's not the best person in life. And I think people can connect with someone that comes from that type of a background that wants to be a different.
So where are you from, brother?
I was originally born in Nashville, Tennessee.
Southern.
Yeah.
You're Southern. That's why you're so polite. That's why you're so polite, man.
Okay,
come
I
on.
thought you were black.
Yeah, but
there's no Wikipedia to base it off of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Well, a lot of my roots stem from. I grew up in Louisiana, Florida. I was all over
South
as a child. And
I've been through, and I love the South.
Yeah, no.
Everyone's very personal and awesome.
And polite.
Nice.
And we're from California, like born and raised.
Well, there's nice people and great people. Hey, I love your energy. I mean,
everywhere.
Oh, that's for you. This is my magazine. That's for you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm getting a gift here.
Yes, you do.
Nice. Thank you.
You should have brought yours, Brad.
Brad.
Well, that's what he is. He's Tyler Durden.
Right? The game.
Yeah, well, that's my day job.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
I love games. I'm a big Clue fan.
So,
I don't know if you guys like
we
Clue.
did a Game of Thrones Clue, Harry Potter Clue. That's us.
Nice.
So Rick and Morty Clue.
Final Space Clue.
Well, I don't know.
That's interesting.
I just don't know who's the head of licensing at TBS.
Right.
So, but that's not my job. I'm on the creative end. But it is being talked about of trying to find who to connect with the licensing with TBS.
Nice.
But
Okay.
I just have to make the sell. And that's what that first step was, getting people into a room to watch it and then falling for it, and then it's just a push to sell it up the chain.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because, look, who doesn't want a Mooncake plushie that squeaks?
Right. I know. I feel you.
Who does the voice of Mooncake?
Olin Rogers does the voice.
He does the voice of Mooncake?
Yes.
Because it's not. I don't think it was credited.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't know, because I thought...
yeah, he's the voice of Mooncake, Gary, and...
Yeah, well, because the with subtitles, it tells you what Mooncake is saying.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it say it correctly?
I don't know. That's what ask him.
There's nothing to judge on that.
Well, here's the deal, because we had people hit us up on Twitter, hey, out there, and for everyone watching, thanks for being here, okay? Thanks for supporting these guys, too. I think that when they hit us up on Twitter, they didn't know exactly how it was spelled. So I'm wondering if they, I guess maybe
I can tell you
seen
that,
differently on different.
Yeah,
being misspelled.
Different episodes had different So like if you watched it, like I think the first episode is on YouTube. I think it is, and I think with that subtitles it was different than watching it through the TBS streaming.
Oh, okay.
So it's slightly different between the two, but it was like CHOCLI. Chocoli.
Chocoli. No.
Yeah.
Chukidi?
Yeah. That was there was a dash with a PAH.
I think. Well,
Does the
I'll
script
wait for
actually
you
have
to
it?
have talked to. I know Chukidi.
I have to confirm. I have to confirm.
Yeah. I know Chukidi, but
Is Mooncake's dialogue scripted? Or is it just
no,
Mooncake?
it's it's in the script.
It is.
Yeah. No, it's in the script, but I mean, it's like when we're in the booth, we improv. Mooncake improv.
It comes out. It comes out, man.
He's
It comes out.
living the character.
It's so great.
You know, however he does it.
It's so good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll tell you, there's moments when I was in the booth and I would hear this, and then I see it on the screen, and I just started to get a little tear in my eye. Because the emotion's there, and you don't even hear a word.
The way every episode starts, it's like floating in space, like, oh, you're gonna die soon, and then episode start. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no.
and I'm sure we're gonna get to that moment, but we're not there yet. And
yeah.
it's interesting.
That's
the darkness of it, and everything progresses, and I think ultimately that's been one of Owen's goals is to create a funny aspect and to create that there, but also get into real life scenarios, real situations, chances.
See, what I thought was interesting is, all right, so when I watched this, like on YouTube, there's like, you know, preliminaries of what Final Space is going to be, and they're like trying to compare you to like Rick and Morty, and like, it's not a Rick and Morty.
No, but
like,
it fits a nice
different.
space in
It's
between.
different. It's good, and like, it's like there's a little Futurama-esque in there, but you know, it's pushing it different because like the serial of the story is like evolving, and you know, shit's, you know, like, we're waiting for shit.
Right.
You know,
For
like,
me, it's
we're
like-
seriously waiting for shit, and you know that shit's gonna come. You know,
Right.
the payoff is gonna be well, but
It's for me, sci-fi movies. Fifth Element. I love Fifth Element, right? But it's not Star Wars. It's not Star Trek. It's not this. But it's its own awesome, funny, dark elements to it.
We just talked Fifth
yeah,
Element.
the video effects editor of Fifth Element. We just talked about
No,
it.
not Fifth Element. No. The video effects of the art director. No, yeah, it was the art director of Infinity War.
Okay,
I just
nice.
interviewed him in this room, by the way, like right there.
Wow.
And we were just talking about Fifth Element, so that's why I'm like,
Hey, there you
deja vu, motherfucker.
There's a guy walking around downstairs.
Yeah, last question. I know.
Okay.
He was awesome. He was actually in character though. In that
That's the
tone.
way to do it.
He brought up
he
Fifth
was.
Element. A couple hours ago, I was in this exact room interviewing the guy from Infinity War, the art director, right there, and he brought up Fifth Element, so that's why I'm like, deja vu.
Tremendously.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Pleasure, brother, and don't forget your magazine.
I love your little setup there.
Sorry,
Who's little? What are you talking about?
yeah. All right, so your name's Andrew. What do you do? What publication? Oh, that's for you, by the way.
Oh, thanks, dude.
All right, so what do you do and all that other crap?
So, I used to be a cinematographer, and I still do that sometimes.
Obviously, that's why you're here.
But the reason I'm here is because, so I do a bunch of VR. I shoot VR. I kind of like help to create what that looks like.
Oh!
Model that for studios.
So what have you? What major things have you done? I mean, I saw that your things of what you've done. I was looking on my who I give a fuck about list because I don't know anything. So I don't know what you've done. So
Here's what I've done. I started off, I did this first series, the first VR series, which is called Gone, which is a cool thing for Skybound. And I did, done a bunch of commercials for Nike and Chevrolet. And
so what's the main thing that you're known for?
I'm known for all those things. I'm the guy that does all the VR stuff that you've seen. Paranormal Activity, we did Walking Dead, we did The Strain, all those VR experiences. That usually shows up at Comic-Con, or it'll be at, you know, trade events, or it'll be, you know, at the Void, or...
So is it a cinematography thing, or are you doing it like...
There you go, journalism.
Exactly. So it kind of started at cinematography, but really what's become kind of the future of imaging. The future of how we experience stuff, how we...
Like,
the
it
future of what we
is
see.
the future. Unfortunately, like, the boxes that came out weren't, like...
It's a hindrance. Like, it slows, it's a bumping point. But
And
that's
it's
where the
heavy.
money comes
It's
from.
heavy and awkward. Like, we're going to get to the point where the technology is small and, you know, more or less you're going to download yourself into it.
It's all about VR porn. For me, it's all about VR porn. VR lesbian porn. I don't want to see dick. I'm a pig.
There's
come on.
money though.
Yeah, but your dick's in it. It's your dick.
That's what I mean. I'd watch VR lesbian porn and I'd join in. I'm a pig. Leave me alone. Yeah, at least I admit it. So you do VR stuff. So you're known for paranormal. So the main thing you're known for is paranormal activities and The Strain.
And I did the show Gone, which is an 11-part series, first VR series.
All right.
And I consult for studios talking about how to make stuff better.
Oh, so you're a
NBA, did the finals, 2 All-Star games.
So you're the referral guy.
Everyone else is the referral guy. I refer people to myself.
No, I mean,
Or people
no, I mean
I
like
work with.
that's what I mean. Like when I mean the referral guy.
Who's your core competition?
Yeah, who's yours?
There isn't.
Oh,
that's awesome. So I mean, what happened is, as a cinematographer, I was originally the guy shooting the stuff. Then I wasn't available. I would hire other people that I was working with. I would train other guys, get them working. Then we'd be on a job and realize that the people who we just worked for have no idea what we're doing or what they're doing. So then it started to kind of escalate up like that.
Gotcha.
So now it's been Alienist, and it's been stuff for a couple new YouTube shows. It's all like anytime they spend money on stuff, it's usually something that we've touched in some way. Mr. Robot.
Oh, that's. No! You should have said that, bitch. If you would have said Mr. Robot, I'm like, oh, okay, now I care.
I don't know your reference. I don't know.
Well, no, this is what I mean, right? It's because I was looking at the list of all the people, and I was staring at the sign, going, do I give a fuck about that person? Do I give a fuck about that person? Because it just says like what they've done. Right. So like I don't know what they've done. Like for example, when we go to San Diego, we interview the composers, right?
Yep.
And you know, people just asking geek questions. You know what I mean?
Right.
And me, like me, I just don't. Yeah, and me, okay. All I gotta say is like, what was it, 2 years ago? 2 years ago, we turned the press conference, the roundtable press conference of the composers into a cocktail party because we just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, plus it was at the Hilton, and the bar was just like 1 floor below, and they saw us with a cocktail, and they're like,
"I want to drink too."
Drinks in here? And like,
all I'm gonna say is, and what's really funny too is that Tyler Bates, the guy who does the score for Guardians of the Galaxy, for example. You know what else he does? He's in fucking Marilyn Manson.
Not anymore.
No, he's back in.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, in fact, the first time we interviewed him, he got the gig for Marilyn Manson, right? So so imagine, okay, you know, we're in the geek world, obviously, right? Yeah. You imagine you being in the geek world, right? And you just got the gig to be in like Marilyn Manson or something like that, right? How much of a I don't give a fuck attitude would you have?
Right.
So when we interviewed him, he had the I don't give a fuck attitude like we do. And like, oh my God, you're awesome.
Yeah, but then we're just bullshitting about music the whole time.
Yeah, because he's a Marilyn Manson.
Took it out of the element, but...
And then what happened is about like 6 months later, I run in with Rainbow because that's where we go.
Yeah.
And then what happened was we literally like fucking, because we're friends with Richard Eastman, the founder of medical marijuana. So he gives me joints every fucking time I run into him. So I had a bunch of joints. I'm like, hey, you're Tyler fucking Bates from Marilyn Manson. You want a joint? So I run into him a year later at the fucking convention, and I'm like, hey, remember the joint? I'm like, oh, yeah. But yeah, back to you. You said Mr. Robot. I'm like, oh my God, I give a fuck.
So what'd you do on Mr. Robot?
Yeah. So as a cinematographer, I'm kind of the guy that oversees the look.
Oh, so you're the cinematographer.
Well, it's sort of like a weird thing, because as we're moving to this weird new interactive place where it's movies and gaming, it's kind of turned into a place where it's not just cinematography anymore, because like the viewer is the cinematographer, you know what I mean? So it sort of becomes, how do we create this visual look? That's sort of what it comes down to.
What's your opinions on found footage? Do you like it or hate it?
I'm bored.
Oh, me too.
I mean, I'm bored.
Well, especially on a VR space, you know what I mean?
Well, VR space, you can't do it because it's so shaky, it would kill you.
You make it yourself.
What's your opinion?
You know
what's your opinions on?
It's obsolete at that point.
What's your opinion on shaky cam?
Don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay, you're my friend. You're my new friend, Andrew. You're my new friend. Damn, I wish I drank more.
It's like all that stuff is passe. It's been done. It's like we're into something else.
So my problem I have was with found footage is because the idea of it is it's supposed to be real.
Yeah.
And
so, all right, let's take you out.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Interview. It's
let's
about
talk VR here.
Yeah.
When do you think we're gonna be the first feature film length VR? How far are we?
They've made that. It just sucks.
So a good one.
The first good one, I don't know, man.
How far away are we?
I'd say in the next 3 years.
Next 3? It's going to take 3 years?
Here's why, because
so it's
studios
not
don't
in
take it
production
seriously.
right now.
There's a ton of stuff in production. I don't know if it's
so
gonna be
we're
great.
more likely to have automated cars quicker than having a good VR movie.
I bet they come out the same year.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Because he does Uber too, right?
Yeah.
So like we were talking to the Uber guy about like how it will be replaced
He
by.
doesn't believe it's going to be gone so quickly. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. So when you say 3 years, and he says 2 years for the fucking car thing, so we're more likely to have automated cars quicker than a good VR.
There's going to be a ton of stuff out there, but I don't know if it's going to be
But I said good. Well, come on, you're the nitpicker.
I'm the good guy.
You're the nitpicker, my friend, in a good way. So I'm just asking, Andrew.
No, that's what I mean. It's sort of like the stuff that's out there. There's so much stuff that's getting made. It's cheap to do. You can kind of like pick up a camera and go shoot something.
Well, like a year and a half ago, I had this idea to make an awesome VR, real life type app, right? And then it just didn't take off quite yet because our technology it was like a tease with technology, but it's just not quite there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, yeah.
Anything else you want to ask guys? So that way you don't feel.
We're going to continue asking questions.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, it's too early for me, for fuck's sakes, man. It's too.
Our first one was at 10:30.
Yeah, and we just didn't give a fuck either. And I was too sober.
We had
for
to
it.
skip the after party.
He was bogarting the booze. I found out last week he had booze. I'm like, asshole, gimme.
Is that rigged in? You can booze hiding in there?
Oh, that'd be convenient. No. I do the very sophisticated vodka water bottle.
Yeah.
And if you smash it down, it fits very good in the pocket. Perfect.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just, oh my god, why am I having flashbacks of like the Tyler Bates situation when we turned it into a cocktail party? Oh, because they don't have a bar here, that's why it sucks.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish
that would be convenient.
Or if I had my flask, I'd share, But, yeah. Well, I'm one of those, no, I drink Jaeger.
So is this your only panel that you're...
Yeah. So after this, you can go to the bar and drink and be stupid if you wanted to.
Yeah, what's the rest of your convention going to be after?
Yeah.
After this, it's going to be lasering out.
Going home?
Yeah, I'm going to try to come back, but...
You don't have to. You based out of LA?
Why are you going to come back if this is it?
I don't know.
Are you based out of LA?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to New York in the morning.
Oh, never mind. I said, like, hey, go to the Rainbow, we can drink and be stupid. Yeah. That's where we go. I go there because I'm friends with, who gives a fuck? This is about you here. But like I said, if you ever go to the Rainbow...
So where are you from, brother?
Yeah.
Grew up in Kansas City.
Ah.
Where are you guys from?
Here.
Right
here? Yeah.
We're like 50, we actually were able to take an Uber from home to here.
That's a smart idea.
But yeah, if you ever go to the Rainbow, give me a call. We'll hang out and drink. That's me. Yeah, that's my magazine. Enjoy.
I love it.
I'm like the official publication of the Sunset Strip, apparently.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Official.
We're the only ones left.
We're the only ones left because remember Rock City News?
But we hit 10 years now.
Yeah, it's a 10-year anniversary for us.
Shit.
Remember Rock City News? When Rock City went away, I took the writers. You know Tequila Mockingbird? She writes for me.
Yeah. Oh, right.
The problem with Tequila Mockingbird is she's a brilliant fucking, legend. She's interviewed lots of people. More importantly, she discovered Tool, and she discovered Jane's Addiction. To be more specifically, she convinced what's his name? Perry Farrell to stop playing drums when he was in that goth band Psychop to be a singer. She's a real life fucking chef.
That's crazy.
But she's a horrible writer.
Wow.
Okay, this is what she does. She'll send me 20 photos. By the way, my publication is in black and white. Send me 20 photos in 10 sentences and bad grammar. And this is like the legend.
You gotta edit it?
Yeah, I do all that. Yes.
Basically, write it at that point.
Yeah.
This is the point. I see your plot summary.
This is a living legend who discovered a lot of musical legends since 1977.
Yeah.
Longer than I've been alive. I'll be 40 this year, but still, since 1977. But yet, horrible grammar. I mean, you see why that hurts your brain.
You said Kansas City, Kansas?
I grew up on the Missouri side and then lived in Kansas.
I've been to the Missouri side. I have not been to the Kansas side.
That's where all the sports stadiums are. It's all good stuff.
But how was it growing up there? Because you swap sides at a certain point.
I mean, I was born on one side. It's right. It's the same city.
It is, but
isn't
there like a mild rivalry?
No. No, it's like
and did you have any friends that were literally like on the border?
Yeah. The state line is the road that goes down.
And they're just like,
because when it would snow or it was like icy, one side would be all ice, and the other side would all be.
Because I know in Indiana there's a town where the time change is like right on the thing.
Oh, really?
So you can be like at one bar, go across the street, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, extra hour!
Like, kind of crazy. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, like a note to self.
And then in
when I go home,
places,
do that.
It's open until 3 a.m. out there.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, so what's your next project that you going to New York for?
Top secret.
Oh.
Top secret Google project.
So my guess, Google, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I would say like, is it for like Marvel or something? Never mind. You said, yeah. So yeah.
Nice meeting you, brother. We got the
Don't forget your magazine.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Enjoy it, and if you ever go to Rainbow, you should be on.
You bet. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right.